Okay, I think we live here, but we live on YouTube, but not here. Okay, because this is a pain in the neck. All right, hold up. I think I gotta undo these people. Where is that sound? Okay, I think we live here, but we live. I don't even know where that other sound is coming from. Why? Why would that be a thing? Okay, I gotta start this over. Hopefully, I can go back and edit this one. This is wild. I'm just not gonna put a title or a description. So, let me close my door. I don't like the way that looks. Good morning. We live for day three. Day three, we're talking about for our confidence challenge. And today we're talking about, oh goodness, I don't like it at all. It's like, it's all on somebody else's live. Okay, let me figure this out. Hold on. Let me tell you the title for day three. I think Facebook is a little more forgiving in getting y'all to come here. Good morning. Let me put good morning in here. Oh, I can invite y'all now that the live has started. That is something. And it only lets you invite a few people. Good morning, Miss Francine. How are you? You show up. The comment showed up. This is wild. The way that face, I don't know. Can you hear me okay though? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Because I think this is playing twice and I need to. This is wild. The way, see, it's a lag. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Deborah, let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Because this is not doing what I wanted to do this morning. It's acting real funny. Can y'all hear me? Please let me know if y'all can hear me this morning. Is my volume up? Can you hear me? I know it's a little bit of a lag too. Can y'all hear me this morning for the confidence challenge? We on day three of the confidence challenge. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Just say yes, no, put a one, put a star, put something in there to let me know if you can hear me this morning. Can you hear me? Oh, if you can, oh wait, let me see, because I think on here I cannot I'm not getting I'm not getting alerts. Let me see if I pull it up on my computer if I get it. I think if I pull Facebook up on my computer, I'll see it. Hey, good morning, Michelle. Now of course I gotta log into Facebook again. I can't tell if y'all can hear me this morning. So, and I'm getting feedback, double feedback. I need somebody to say if you can hear me, but then I think the comments just are coming through. So I'm gonna start because let me just record it here in case y'all can. I'm gonna just record it. All right, y'all. So let me start. Let me just start. I'm gonna just start with an affirmation for this morning. Kirk Franklin invited me. What? Anyway. Good morning. We're talking about confidence for our confidence challenge today. And today we're talking about trusting your inner wisdom, trusting your inner wisdom for our confidence challenge today. Today is day 3. I want to start with an affirmation. The affirmation is, as always, take a breath. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Our affirmation for today is, I'll trust my inner wisdom, even when it's quieter than the noise around me. I trust my inner wisdom, even when it's quieter than the noise around me. I trust my inner wisdom, even when it's quieter than the noise around me, is our affirmation for today. So, today we're talking about what the things that erode our confidence. So there are some things that come in and try and erode our confidence that feel like needs to be turned. Okay, there's things that come in and erode our confidence that we may not even be aware of. Things like second guessing ourselves, doing one thing, you know you're supposed to do a thing, you said you were going to do it, and then you go back and you second guess yourself about that one thing that you said you was going to do. It messes up your confidence. It breaks your word to yourself. When you break your word to other people, it doesn't feel good, right? You are a woman of integrity, you pride yourself, or a man of integrity if you're watching this and you're a man, but you're a person of your word. And then when you break your word, it's almost it's not a good feeling. So it's not a good feeling for the people. You wouldn't do it for other people. And when you do it to yourself, it's the same kind of thing. But it's second guessing ourselves, your own decision to get validation for somebody else. That also can erode. Oh, thank you. I can see y'all think I can see it coming up. It's just coming up. I just want y'all to know it just started coming. Y'all comments just started coming up. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So, but I think that most of the people who join this community, hi Keon, are high achievers. We set our minds to do things and we work on doing those things. We make sure those things happen. Whether it's I'm going to be more intentional about how I experience joy. I'm going to be more intentional about how I date. I'm going to be more intentional about the job I have or the opportunities that I make within my career. Most of us here are very intentional, very high achieving, very focused and set. So when we have these things, you have so many things going on. A lot of times when you set in bars, you set in expectations, and sometimes when you don't fulfill them, or you say you're going to do a thing and you don't do it, it can erode your confidence. So today we're talking about that. A lot of us were taught that safety comes from approval, right? From other people, from outside. So we kind of forsake that and try to get that from other people as opposed to ourselves, because the real confidence is built in. The real confidence is built in. It happens when you do what you say you're going to do. It happens when you follow through on your word. It happens when you stick to or decide I don't need to stick to that plan. Make a decision, but making a decision is also something that helps you build your confidence. Staying stuck and I don't know, that is another thing that can take away from our confidence. So I'm going back to my notes because I don't want to miss anything this morning, but because and I want to say too, even when it's shaky, like even when you say you're gonna do stuff, the real confidence that comes, it comes from us, even when we do something and it's gonna be shaky. I don't know how I'm going to for me, I moved to a new city. I moved to a new state. I didn't know how I was gonna move to a new state. I had no idea how I was gonna do it. Well, I had an idea. One time in band camp, in the early part of the 2000s, I had an opportunity to move to Atlanta. And I missed that opportunity because I missed it, but I didn't miss it. I missed it because I didn't want my children were like 5 and 7 at the time, and I didn't want them to grow up in a state far away from their dad. I wanted them to grow up and be close to their dad. So, but I told myself after that opportunity because it was really good. Like at the time, I went down there. I was looking at apartments. Apartments was like $800 a month for like a 3, 4 bedroom apartment, brand new development, brand new builds. And I was like, good morning, thank you. And I was like, oh man. I told myself after that I would never miss another opportunity like that, but it rocked my confidence for a very long time. So it lines up with what we're talking about today. Fast forward to 2 years ago, I said, here's an opportunity. I want to move. I knew I wanted to move. I didn't necessarily want to move to Texas, but I knew I wanted to leave Jersey. And the opportunity opened up. I didn't know, I didn't have an idea. So when I say even walking on things, doing the things that you want to do, it's in your head, it's in your mind. You can see it happening and doing those things shakily, very shakily. Because I let me tell you, I found a realtor. The realtor was here. I was like, "Can you go look at the apartment?" Bad idea. Don't do that. You need to see the stuff for yourself. Because his idea and my idea was two different things. It wasn't horrible. Like the development lived in wasn't horrible, but the unit, the condo was outdated. So it was like I was like, no. So I found myself doing some other stuff that I didn't necessarily need to do, but nevertheless it worked out. It worked out. So even when it's shaky, can you follow through with the plan that, thank you, Montoya. Good morning. Can you follow through with the plan that you have or that you set up, even when it's shaky, even when you're not sure, even when you're not certain, like, how can you follow through with that? So, I mean, and for me, it was a turning point into what other things were possible. It was a turning point to other things that were possible. I see some of my other friends on here who have started businesses from building clientele to starting thriving practices to doing some of the all the the initial work, right? There's a lot of work that goes into building your own business, into having your own practice, into having your own stand, your own setup, um your own stuff. Like there is a benefit to working for somebody else because they have already set all the stuff up. Now, whether those benefits outweigh the other ones for you, that's for you. You have to decide that. That's for you to decide, right? But today I want to talk about I mean, I want to talk a little bit about the things that you do that encourage you, the things that you do that build your confidence. And so I can't even talk. One of our assignments for today is to write down, because this is the thing too. A lot of times when it comes to our confidence, we do not give ourselves credit. Alexa, stop. That's probably what was messing me up. We do not give ourselves credit for the things that we have done. We do not give ourselves credit for the thing. We think like it has to be something that is super big, super I had to have climbed the Empire State Building type of thing. But no. Sometimes it is just a matter of I drank, I filled my water bottle up today and I filled it up 3 times. Even if you might be starting at one. But for me, if I'm trying to make sure I get 50 ounces of water, trying to build up to 100 ounces of water, I want to make sure I get something and I'm filling that up. It might just be making up your bed that day. It might be checking off these things that you had to do within um, yeah, like Keon said, I got to work early today. You gotta pat yourself on the back for that, especially when if you have a job that you don't like enough to show up early to, or if you just been challenged with that. Good morning, Erica. If you've just been, if that has been something, what are the small things that you are patting yourself on the back for this morning that you know you're doing, you getting them done, and they are those are the things that fuel our confidence. Those are the things that help build us up. It's not, I mean, I went to Kenya and that was on my list, making it to Africa. And I do think going to Kenya was I think that was, hey, Aaron, I think going to Kenya was an add-on, right? I think part of having a plan to leave New Jersey, to get to another state, to start a practice, all of those things kind of, well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the first thing. The first thing for me probably was getting out of a relationship that didn't serve me. It probably was getting out of a relationship that didn't serve me. That was probably the first thing for me that said, um, hi, Margie. That was probably the first thing for me that said, you could do it. because I didn't believe I didn't know how I was going to get out. I was a woman. I had a master's degree and everything. I was talking to a woman the other day and she said she couldn't tell anybody, right? She's the strong friend. A lot of y'all strong friends in here. She was a strong friend. She couldn't tell anybody. And I normally do not disclose things that happen to me when I'm working with somebody because it's not about me. But I felt like it was important in that moment to let her know that me, the person that you came to work with to help, had experienced the same thing that you had experienced. I was in a situation where I had a master's degree and I had a teacher certification, I had a master's degree. I know black women, we the highest educated demographic in America. But I will say it and say it again. It's not because I mean, we are brilliant, we are fabulous, we are fantastic, we are magnificent. But part of the reason that we have all these things that we accomplish, we achieve all these things, is because it's a trauma response. Because we think that who we are and just being is not enough. And that's what this confidence challenge is really about. Hey, Siobhan, that's what this confidence challenge is really about. This confidence challenge is really about just understanding that there's no amount of things that you could do to make God say, hey, you're better now. Like the way God created you, the person that you are, He created you as a great being. You could just literally just show up and be who you are, and that's enough. But that's not the message that we have gotten for so long. So it's always upon us to feel like we gotta do. I gotta do more, I gotta see more, I gotta be more, I gotta accomplish more. So here I sat as a woman with a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a teacher certification, God knows how many other trainings, and then I was still in this relationship that didn't serve me. So I'm telling her, she's going through the situation now, and she's like, I don't know how I got here. And I could like, I had to, it's a privilege, it's an honor, but and it's also sometimes I have to like I have to catch myself and tell myself to breathe because I know so much what that's like that it's like I'm happy that they landed here because we're gonna get a plan for whatever it is that you want. If it's um if you want to build a plan to do something differently, or some people want to build themselves in that situation, which uh, I respect and honor whatever it is, but I knew so much what it is like to say, how did I get here? How did I end up in and land in this space? So that was just something that was amazing to me to hear how magnificent we are, how wonderful we are, and we still guilt ourselves for being in situations that we shouldn't be in. So part of building our confidence is not beating yourself up. I'm gonna go back to what was. Let me go back to the affirmation. Our affirmation for today. Our affirmation for today is I trust my inner wisdom because there are things that you know. Hey, Shonda. There are things that you know, things that you feel, things that you see that we ignore because we've been taught to do that. Be nice. That's what you've been taught to do. Be nice. Be not even kind. Like be nice. Just if somebody does something, just smile and kind of act like you don't see it, or just give them grace. I mean, but how much? How much? Like not to your detriment. It shouldn't be to your detriment that somebody else continually gets grace. So I trust my inner wisdom even when it's quieter than the noise around me. I can feel it. I can feel it. If you sit still, I said we was gonna start off with butterfly taps today, but I will do a separate video on butterfly taps and I will post that and you can come back, look at the video for the butterfly taps because sometimes you can feel it. Like it does not have to be somebody else telling you, girl, this or you need to do, you can feel it for yourself. So I want us to get to a place where we can say, hey, I am enough. And what I have, what I said, what I heard, what I feel is enough. Where do you feel? I was working with somebody the other day and she said, she said, she said the same similar thing. She was having a situation with her partner and she said, um, but I know it's not right. Explained all these things and I said, well, where do you feel that in your body? And she said, well, I feel like I am in a space where I said, where you feeling in your body? She said, well, I feel like, and this person, we've been working together. She's a, and she was actually, um, she's a trained professional in some of the healing fields too. So she asked me at the end, she said, "What do you think? What do you think of me? What do you think of what's going on?" And sometimes I share and sometimes I don't. But I said, I feel like you are very disconnected from your feelings and your body. There are things that, do you know, we feel things in our body. We feel it in our body. You can feel it in your body. A lot of times because of trauma, because we can be very logical. Like, I think that this is happening and that's happening. And okay, that's great. We need that. We need the logical part. We do need those things. But we also need to be able to feel it. And we need those to be able to meet in the middle. Oh, remember Zoom used to do that? It used to have, if you did that on Zoom, you could it'll make hearts go through your video. Anyway, I dealt well, you have to be able to say, this is what I think, but this is what I feel, and somewhere they need to meet in the middle. It can't just be all thinking, it can't be all feelings. It cannot. But the healthy balance can be, there can be a healthy balance in the middle. So as we come, I said I was going to keep this short, a little bit shorter today. So as we come up on this 30 minutes, if you have you ever experienced or know someone who has experienced something where their their confidence was rocked, their confidence was off base? If you know that you felt like safety comes from approval, what's a safe situation? What's a safe space for you? I'm not safe unless people approve of me. Some people feel like that. Some people feel like they're not safe unless other people approve of them. How can that be? I'm not safe unless other people approve of me. Isn't that something? But this today is about learning to trust the wisdom within you. It's a learning to be confident from what's inside of you. And a lot of times, let me say this too. If you've been in a situation, let's say you've been raised by parents who, our parents, and sometimes it's not like people who don't love you. There are people who love you who because they love you, they want to teach you how to um make it through society, but we might be picking up some of these things too. So it's not always that it was an abusive situation or something that was meant to be detrimental to you. Our society has shaped us. Society tells us that women are supposed to be, and God forbid you be a black woman and you not know how to address something. If you even say something like, well, wait a minute now, what's the question next? Why are you being so aggressive? So we've learned to kind of take these steps back, and it causes us to second guess ourselves. Michelle said it's so tricky because we're naturally communal and we have been trained not to trust ourselves. This is so true. I want you to say more about that, Michelle, because I feel like we are a naturally communal people. I love that about Black people. We love to be together, and I mean there are other groups. As I travel the world, I love, love, love. Like, I feel most at home in certain spaces because I can see how communal they are. I can see how the love is, and it feels like home. It feels very safe for me. It feels like my people because I know that that's how we are. Um, but we have been. I like that. We have been. I don't like it, but I like it. I like that you remind us that we have been trained not to trust ourselves. It's almost like, no, look here. Look at the you talk about religious trauma. Like, we people will say, well, the Bible says this. It does say that, but the Bible also says that He gives us a rhema word, which is a word that falls on the inside of us that speaks directly to us, that tells us that is almost the same. That is that you have to rely on. You have to know that on the inside of you, what that feeling is what you need to do. I feel safe in solitude. Shonda said, I need to clear my mind to think, sort, and redefine what I need in different seasons of my life. Oh, but that's important. That is so important to really, really, really get to a place of solitude. And I created this method called the soul method, where part of it is silence. It is sitting with yourself, sitting in a moment of solitude. And I will share um I don't know if you got that yet. If you have the handout yet in your emails, but if not, I will make sure that that gets emailed out today too, along with the reflection for today. I want you to tell me a time before we go. We got 2 minutes left. Tell me a time where you did something and you knew in your gut that it wasn't right. I got married. I didn't even need 2 minutes to tell you I got married. And I knew in my gut with everything in me that it wasn't the right thing to do. But I thought it was the right thing to do. The right thing to do. Um, I thought it was the right thing to do for several reasons. So tell me a time where you knew it wasn't right. In your gut, in that inner wisdom, you knew it wasn't right, but you did it anyway. Or, 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 or tell me a time where you made a choice where other people didn't understand it, but you trusted your gut and you did that thing anyway. You trusted your gut and you did that thing that people didn't understand anyway, and you were right. I know for me, I will say moving to Texas, moving when I moved to Houston, people were like, I knew I couldn't tell everybody until I had it set up, right? I had to tell my brother, I tell my brother everything mostly before I like make a move, just cause. But for the most part, I was like, I found a job. I found a way to get paid. I found a job that I could work online, and I didn't have my job was in New York. I didn't have to go. I was working for the state. I left the state and I started working at this job in this I signed up for an EAP to work for an EAP program. So if you have an employee assistance program, I will always say this. If you have an employee assistance program at your job where you can get free therapy sessions, now they outsource the EAP to therapists who are like who are who are outside of the agency. When I had went to EAP at my job, I worked for the state. Those people worked for the state. I just went to the other office and I was supposed to share with them and trust that they were going to. I don't know what I was supposed to do, but if you got an EAP program now, I work for EAP. And your health insurance might have an EAP too. I do take clients from there, so I will say that that is a good benefit to have. Michelle said moving to New Jersey at 22 years old, right after graduating from FAMU. She gonna throw that FAMU in here. But shout out to HBCUs. Shout out. You went to HBCU? Put it in the chat. Shout out to HBCUs. Moving at 22. Yeah, 22. That's bold. I know your mom was on you. I know your parents was like, "What? You're not coming home?" Shonda said, I always move to different states and never tell people where. Shonda, Keon said use it. I forgot what that was pertaining. I mean, Shalonda said use it. I forgot what that was pertaining to. Shalonda, use what? Use the EAP. Use the EAP. Yes, I know that's what you're referring to. Use the EAP. Keon said North Carolina Central, baby. Of course, y'all know I went to Delaware State University. I live right by which I think is pretty cool. I live by Texas Southern University. My church is like I could walk really. She said, yeah, them and my friends looking at me like, what? I know they probably was like, who is this? What are you moving for? Who is this man? But it worked out. I knew it. I knew that's what you meant, Shalonda. I was late. I was slow on that one. Um, but I want to know. Okay, so Michelle said that was a time where she knew. We talked about a time where you knew that what you was doing was right. What's in that shoe? Norfolk State. Norfolk State. You went to Norfolk. I know you went to Norfolk State. Norfolk State University. We talking about a time where you knew that something was right. You did it and it worked out. You against the better judgment of other people because that's what it really is about. It's about the inner wisdom. So I'm gonna leave you today with that one. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same fat channel. I want to talk about, well, I got to do two things later. I'll do the butterfly taps, and I will put that in our group, and I'll probably put it on TikTok too. But I also want to come back and I want to talk about, no, I ain't gonna tell y'all. I'll be back. But the affirmation for today is I trust my inner wisdom, even when it's quieter than the noise around me. I trust my inner wisdom, even when it's quieter than the noise around me. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. I feel like I owe you so many. You've shown up so much for me. I love seeing your lives. All right. Have an amazing day, y'all. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. Have an amazing day. I trust my inner wisdom. Trust your inner wisdom today. And if you can't trust your inner wisdom yet, I want you to take the moment, just observe, because you won't get to a point where you're going to trust it. But I want you to get to a point where you observe what's distracting you from trusting your inner wisdom. Observe what's going on. When you say no, you'll start to notice the times when you override your own self for the sake of somebody else's. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Shonda. Take it and use that today. I will see y'all tomorrow. I trust my inner wisdom even when it's louder than the noise around me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nadine. Good morning, Bertha Jasmine. Hi, Frenchie. Good morning, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m. Have an amazing day. Today is day 4. No, we started on 17. Ooh, Alexa, volume 5. I think. Oh gosh, I forgot to go over YouTube.